So this is a description of a standing start. There's obviously a lot of criteria to meet. It seems a lot simpler than it really is. There's a lengthy procedure when you get on the grid before you get to take the start. So as you peel off onto the grids, first of all you have to find your spot, and as you can imagine we're sitting really low. So we have someone from the team on the side of our box that tell us where the box is. Then there's two lines on the box. One line for the center, so we just put our nose in the center of that line, and another line that comes on the sides for the center of the wheel. It's actually very stressful to find the box, so already the pressure comes up at this time. So as you roll on to the grid, to the box, you're gonna clutch with this paddle, and you're gonna go to neutral. So you press that button here. Now you're in neutral, it's written here. This is your gear engagement. This is your revs. The more it goes to the center, the more revs. This is basically, clutch position is written here, and all other information for engine RPM, and I guess that's about it. We've got lap time, split time, and oil alarm, but we don't have any alarms on the start, so that should be good. Then you have pedal map. Some people use different pedal maps for the starts, so you may have to change your position for the pedal map, because obviously we have fly-by-wire throttle, so we can electronically change the throttle map for a better drivability, depending on drivers. So when you stop in the box, you have to wait until the last car grids the green flag to come, and once the green flag comes, then all the red light comes on, and you basically have approximately five seconds before the green flag is out, and you can go and race. So 5 seconds to do a lot of things. You have to clutch perfectly to your bite points, and you have to meet the perfect revs. And it's written here on the dash, and you have your rev light coming on. You can set it up so all the lights can flash when you meet the perfect revs that you need. So that's throttle position. And you have to go first gear, and you have to wait for the lights to come off. And usually you only see the last two lights when the lights come off, and off you go. So it's a very stressful time where you have to do a lot of very precise things very quickly. It takes a lot of practice, and obviously our clutch move a lot. As you can imagine, this is a racing clutch, but we have 700 horsepower, and the wear on the plates in the clutch can sometimes be pretty high, and the bite point changes very often, and it can change during the warm-up lap before you get on the grid. So it's you to keep an eye on it and make sure you get the right bite point. So as a racer, you always want to get it right. But there are things it's difficult to control. Obviously, there's stress, there's the lengthy procedure, like I explained, and you need to meet all those criteria. If you don't meet it, as you can imagine, the pressure comes up, and sometimes the way you release the clutch could be too fast, and that's when you stall. The other thing is, if you don't meet your right RPM level, then it's very difficult to get off the line without bogging down the engine, and that's when you can stall as well. The other thing you could do is press the throttle too much, have a little too much revs, and then you just wheel spin and sit on the grid for longer than the others. So that's a bad start. The worst is to stall, and that's very dependent on how you release the clutch and at what speed you release the clutch. But if you don't get your bite point right, then you might just dump it too fast, then you stall, or you might just release it too slow, and then you're slow. So it's very easy to get it wrong.